First, let me say this. I'm not the one to decide the editorial policy of ChannelOne TV. And I wouldn't want to be your editor to tell you what to do. But seriously speaking, from my experience as a journalist and as a broadcaster, I think this topic shouldn't have been on this table at all because I think it's not necessary.
Really?
Yes. Seriously speaking, it's not necessary because that is somebody's opinion about what he will do and the outcome of an internal elections.
But you see, this is not just an ordinary somebody.
We should look at a much more broader issues. You understand?
But you don't know
What?
It's at the national
At the national level.
It's not internal.
So this is he speaking with the hope that when he becomes flag bearer and goes into the presidential election,
yeah, not the internal
he won't concede until the final constituency is counted.
Is that the matter at his disposal at this time? I thought at this time he should be telling delegates what future he has for them as a flag bearer.
But this is among the many things he has said.
Well, that's why I'm saying that sometimes some of these issues are not subject to issues that I want to discuss because people are going round. And I think I want presidential aspirants to be focused. You see, one, there's an election, an internal election. What are the things that you want, like he's saying, what are the things that I have to put before the delegates to know that I will be a good leader to serve them? You understand? That is key. After that, before you go for the national elections. But people are now talking about national issues at internal party elections. You see where the problem is? And as a politician, I believe in what we call campaign register. You must know your target audience. You must know what sort of message you have for them. As of today, who are the target audience of the 5 people?
The delegates.
The delegates. So what are the things that I need to tell the delegates that will let them vote for me? Like he's saying, party development, development of the individual party members, the prospects for them, and all. Those are the things they want to hear. Delegates at this point in time, they are not looking at the national election, they are looking at you. What sort of relationship will you have with them as a candidate?
But doesn't it make a difference campaigning at a time that you just coming on the back of a recent election?
You see, that is when you want to look at personalities, individuals, instead of issues. What was that meant for? Baumia considered early. So I will not concede early when I'm your leader. That's all that is meant. So it's a matter of throwing gig at somebody and not focusing on the issues pertaining to how I will become your leader.
Isn't it portraying himself as a more bold leader?
Well, that is what he wants to portray himself. But at the end of it all, it may not sit well with some people who maybe all this while they will have preferred Baumia, but they were looking for the opportunity for you to convince them why they should vote for you and not Baumia.
Right.
You understand? So you don't go to search for to throw gigs at people, to throw shades at people. You go there to focus on the and you see, delegates in Ashanti region are different from delegates in Greater Accra.
True.
So you have to, before you meet delegates, I'm saying this because of my experience. Do your own SWOT analysis of that particular environment. Look at the issues that pertain to those people. The interest of delegates of the NPP in Greater Accra will not be the same as the interest of delegates from the Eastern region.
True.
You understand? So you go to meet them and you want to relate to their interests and not be throwing shades and picking up issues of people who are, like somebody saying, if I ran education well, if you mess up the economy and you apologize, that's your problem. You understand? Those are not the issues as at now.
Right.
The issues as at now is how to lead a united party, how to make the party credible, how to make the party be in a position that can make it win elections.
True.
Those are the things I will want all the aspirants to be looking at. What makes you different from somebody else? What should inspire confidence in the delegates? Those are the issues I want to talk about. But let me say this. I like the tangent my brother Elvis took, that early concession when you are convinced within your own system.
Exactly.
That thing. But I want to tell Elvis, He has not contested elections before. Bro. Set will tell you.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
to concede.
It's not.
That is why when somebody did that, you have to commend the person.
It's
Because
not.
yes,
It's not easy.
that's why when somebody has been able to do it, you have to. It should be commendation.
It's not easy. Bro.
When you look at all
It's
the
not easy.
resources that have gone
When
into
I
it.
sit back and I look at what happened after the 2024 elections, when we're at Reggie Manuel, number 19, and sitting there and evaluating the results and things were coming, and I look at my boss. As a director of operations, I sat down and looked at it, and I look at my boss, and I could see it's not easy. You may not even have the tongue to speak. So,
You mean 2016?
no, 2004 when we lost.
2004
when we
Oh,
lost the
against
election.
President Kufuor.
Yes.
Yes, it wasn't easy. It's easy, you know. And even 2008, after the elections, and we were so sure about winning, and that there is a need for a second round, and all those. It's
And
not
the
easy.
third round.
And the third
The
round.
third round.
And
Yeah.
the
Time.
It's not easy. No, it's not easy. Evers, it's a very, very critical moment in the life of every human being. And where you have to take a decision not only to satisfy your grassroots, but you yourself
Exactly.
sitting down and taking a critical analysis of what will happen after your concession, the next day what will happen. How are you going to look in the faces of your supporters? And what are you going to tell them? How do you inspire confidence in them for you to move forward? All these things are the myriad of problems that you are facing at that time. So just getting up and saying that I'm going to concede and all those things, it's not that easy.
True.
It's a very difficult thing. And let me say this: I was one of the people who really commended the former vice president in his early concession at the election, because when it was so obvious. At that time, we have even collated our results. We know but the point is that he contested as a presidential candidate. In the constituency, the candidate is there. Your MP.
Yeah.
At that time, voting has ended. So whoever said his early concession led to a particular candidate losing, I don't understand. I don't understand. And in some, electoral commission has not made it a rule. In some constituencies, you will have the district electoral office deciding to deal with the presidential results first before the parliamentary. In some areas, they deal with the parliamentary results before the presidential. There's no fast rule about them. There's no rigidity about the way that. So when people are talking about somebody's conceding early and leading to me losing my seat, it means that you have not done your work well. You have not really sat down to do it, because we have had cause to even complain about members of parliament or parliamentary candidates who, after declaration of their result, abandon the coalition center, and then the presidential elections are attached.
Yeah.
That's what we have been talking about. So those who are making those, I don't think they are being truthful or they're being accurate about the facts of our election. So, well, I would say this: depending on how you feel, depending on the environment you find yourself, and depending on your own inner satisfaction, because at the end of it all, it's about you.
True.
Tomorrow, people will judge you according to the action you took at that particular time. And that is where, as a leader, your emotional intelligence becomes very important at that particular stage. How do you feel? How do you react in a situation like that? So it's not easy. I've been through it before. It's not easy. Even when you are winning, it's not easy. You are being asked to go to the collation center, but then you are not too convinced about the results. So,
but see, the process, when the results are collected from the various polling stations at the collation center of the Electoral Commission, we are human. So you'll be surprised that they will feel, because they might be working and they might they would have started working from as early as dawn.
Yes.
Where they would distribute election materials. And then they will come and supervise by superintending on the entire exercise during the day. You vote and you go home to sleep. But they continue to work and then stay up and collect all results from the various polling stations and mention them at a collation center before doing declaration. So at a certain point in time, they break because they are human. And you see, in the constituency election, the returning officer is the district electoral officer. However, in the national election, the district officer is not the returning officer, neither the regional officer. It is the EC.
Yeah.
The chairperson of the EC is the returning officer. And so they must also work to feed their regional officers. Likewise, the national office. So there's a lot of burden on them. And sometimes they will, like Neil was saying, after putting together the constituency results, they can decide to hold on and say, let's break, let's go and refreshen up and come back. Even when you know you have won. So that is where the Elvis situation comes in. Once you have your own internal collation systems, you know which direction the election is going. In this day and age, in this country, every political party worth its salt must know by the end of the day where we are headed. Because we are all going electronic. And by the electronic system, you get feedback as early as possible.
Yes.
And so you would see where your numbers are.
Exactly,
At the end of the day, look at the numbers my political party got. And look at the concession which was offered by the leader at the time.
Yes.
Where do we stand? Did it prove that we're going to do more and much better than what we got? That's another conversation for another day. But I believe that where we are as a people, we should re-evaluate all our actions. And that should be in-house. Making it the way we're going about it, I don't approve of it.
Very well. Very well. Let me take a few quick messages and then we'll look at what Brian is saying.
If you have confidence in your internal collation system, you will not say that you will not concede. Because if you say you are not going to concede, it means that you are saying that you don't even trust your own internal collation system. If you can't trust your own, can you trust the electoral commission that you'll be accusing of collaborating with somebody to rig the election? So for me, I think that the safest safeguard we've had so far is for the two main parties to have their own collation system.
Internal collation system.
I think that is the one you can trust most, because for them it's coming from your own party people, and it's your own party people who are doing the counting. So clearly, it's something that, and look at the election result for 2024. Look at the mass win for NDC.
Yeah.
180 how many seats against less than 100.
100. Yeah.
And when you concede in that situation, what really is anybody trying to say that with such a massive win?
Me here will tell you.
With such a massive win.
And you are seated in your collation sector, personal collation sector, because you have agents. Your agents sent you the results.
Yeah.
By the end of, you know, even before you step out of your collation center, you know your position.
You know
your position.
You
Because your
no,
agents,
you don't even get to
your
collation
agents,
center.
That's what I'm saying. That is your personal collation
Yes.
center.
Okay.
And before you step out of that collation, you know where you stand.
You stand.
Because your people will feed you. You call. What happened that you have you counted?
They are even sending it to
Exactly.
So, for instance, when I stand for elections, by 6:45, 7 p.m., I have close to 80% of my results.
Right.
And
So
I know
you
the
know.
direction at which my candidature is going.
Right.
If I'm winning, I know. If I'm sleeping, I know. So, like Nee said, more often than not, you see, what has really not helped our enterprise is the perception and the rumor mongering. People will go and say things that they have no idea, and that this man was leading, and he said he was hungry, and he went for tea. By the time he returned, he had
With no biscuits.
The figures had changed.
the case of ICQ versus Dr. Ofea. Dr. Ofea.
You get my point. And this conspiracy theory, it's always been
They went jubilating.
They went jubilating, and by the time they came,
The results
had changed.
You remember MP3?
You see, I always tell people that, look, elections, until it is over, it is not over.
Very well.
So I don't go anywhere. I wait till I make sure that you should learn how to fast.
Indeed.
And you
Yeah.
should always put on gears that can help you pocket some
Snacks
support
and all that,
systems.
yeah.
You know what you are saying snack. I call it support,
Support
systems.
systems.
Yes.
And the primary document for every election result is the pink sheet.
The pink sheet.
And
yeah.
the pink sheet is signed at the polling station.
Yeah.
And then your agent takes his phone and takes a picture or scans it, which he has signed that this is the true result, and
forwards
sends to
it to
you.
you. Yeah.
So if you really do a good job at your collation center, you don't need to wait for electoral commission to come and tell you that you've won or you've lost.
Very well.
Unless you are telling me that you don't trust your collation system, and if you don't trust your collation system, how are you going to trust what the electoral commission has done when you are going to accuse them that they tried to steal the election for somebody? How are you going to trust the electoral commission over your own results?
Exactly. Well, let me take a few quick messages and then we look at what Brian Champion has also been saying. Good morning, Nana.